Hey everyone, welcome to the studio. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different, and because I just got a fairly large commission, and large when I mean it's large. So the canvas is going to be 84 by 46. It'll be the third largest canvas I've ever done. It's going to a second time commission client, and you gotta love clients who are repeat clients, especially for large pieces like this. So I'm very pleased to get started on this. Today's video will be about putting together the canvas itself, stretching it, and building the frame and such. And then over the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing semi-regular updates, daily perhaps, depending on how things go, on my progress. So if you'd like to follow along with the painting of a really large canvas, just subscribe and maybe click the bell to be notified when I post. So let's get to it. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm just cutting up our 1x3 pieces of fur, and what I do is I'll trim an angle so the canvas on the front is only touching by about 1/8 of an inch, so that gives me you don't get a large lump on the front of the canvas where the frame is. You just get a slight edge. So now we're going to do our miters for the corners, and just setting things up. These, as I said, the piece is going to be 84 inches by 46 inches. So cutting all the one angles first. I'm going to mark things off. 2 pieces. Do the long ones first, then the shorter one. I use a straight edge just because to make sure I got my miter correct, and then I use that little block so it keeps it nice and flat and keeps my miters straight on the vertical. Measuring again for the final piece. Cut the one end so it's in the right direction, and then do the other end. Now we're going to cut the interior braces. Because this is 84 inches long, we need at least 2 braces in the center. This is 1x2 fur. And then finally I'm going to cut a whole bunch of, 4 corner braces for each of the corners. And that's it for that. I got to clean up. You don't want to get a bunch of sawdust on your canvas, so clean things up. Now I get out my air tools. It's I don't know if you can really do this. I mean, you can without air tools, but I have a brad nailer and a stapler. Use upholstery staples and brad nails. Just going to clean up the edges, any splinter slivers off the edge. Just hit that with 120 grit sandpaper. Doesn't need to be too accurate, just good. So now we lay out our frame, get out our square, and I'll be gluing these with Gorilla Glue. You can use any kind of wood glue. I just like Gorilla Glue because it dries pretty quickly and it's really strong. And again, as we go along, we just give it a verification with the square just to make sure things are going right. I am using the brad nailer on both sides of the corner. Sometimes you need to tap it in. That fur is really hard wood for a so-called softwood, and sometimes the brads go in a little bit weird directions if they hit a knot or something. Here, putting in the corner braces, and I'm putting in a little spacer that just keeps the corner braces in the middle. It's not really necessary, but I just like the way it looks better than if they're sitting right at the back. Again, check square as you're putting in the corner braces, because once the corner braces are in, they're really hard to get any changes in the squareness of the piece. couple of nails per corner piece per side. Now I'm going to put in the vertical supports. These are it's 84, so I just do them at 28-inch centers. Again, you can see I'm using the little spacers to keep them in the center of the frame itself. Glue up everything. Now, one of the most important things I've found, and I've screwed this up before, is if you've got glue on the table and then you put your canvas face down, as we're going to do right here, you can actually get glue on the front, and then that does not paint. You'll have a difference in gloss, and it's really hard to paint over a glued piece, so you don't want that. So give the table a wash with just some water before you lay out your canvas. This is a roll. It's a 65-inch roll of canvas. I think it's 10 meters long or something like that. Just bought it today. It's primed, so you don't have to worry about that. We get our frame on. The canvas has a bit of a unprimed edge, so I cut that off. And then just leave enough for about an inch when you fold it up and over the top of the frame, at least an inch. 2 inches is easier depending on how strong your hands are. Trim off the excess. And then we get out our upholstery stapler, and I just work from the middle out. So do all 4 middles. Actually went and grabbed this is actually from many years ago when I worked in a screen printing shop. This is a screen printing screen stretcher, but it works great for canvases. It's basically just a vice grip with a couple of pieces of angle iron and some rubber welded onto it. And I just had to change staples. Notice I unhooked the stapler from the air supplies and shoot yourself in the face. And just work your way around, stretching as you go. As you can see, the corners are starting to wrinkle, but the centers are pulled out. Doing the corners here, I did another video on stretching your own canvas with more detail on the corners. I won't go to it here, but you can check it up in the link above. What I do here is I always use some boiling water on the back of the canvas, and it really helps tighten up the canvas, gets rid of any small wrinkles that might be around. So I'm boiling some water here. Now, because this commission is so big, it won't fit on my standard easel. About 36 by 48 is about as large as my standard easel will handle. So this thing being 84 inches needs something else. So here's me watching water boil, and here I go, pouring the hot water in. I'm gonna use about a kettle and a half, so I gotta get some more going, but I just spread the hot water around so it covers the entire back. So because this canvas is so large, I need to use my large canvas thing that I made for the last commission I did for this particular client. My standard easel will only do about 36 by 48, so this being 84 inches, I need to come up with something different. And here I am just finishing up with the hot water. So I just built these little A-frame stands, dumping the hot water off where you don't want to burn yourself, but just get all the water out as you can. Now you can just put the canvas up. I'm just going to use the brad nailer to just secure it temporarily so it doesn't fall off when things are happening in the studio. So one thing you can see here is that when it's up like that, especially in the middle of the shop, it's has a lot of light bleed through the canvas, and that can actually be a problem. So what I've done is just put some foam insulation on the back just to cover things up. That was a pretty good day today. We're all ready to start painting tomorrow. So if you liked this video or want to see what's going to happen while I'm painting this big commission canvas, please be sure to subscribe and click the bell button to be notified when I upload a new video. See you tomorrow.